Hello and welcome. I'm Margaret Ann Lembo, and today we are going to delve into my book, Crystals Beyond Beginners. Awaken Your Consciousness with Precious Gifts from the Earth. I just love that subtitle, Awaken Your Consciousness with Precious Gifts from the Earth. So, as many of you probably already know, I'm the author of The Essential Guide to Crystals, Minerals, and Stones, and many other titles. And this particular book helps you delve further into the world of crystals and gemstones. As you can see here, these are pages out of my advanced reader's copy. It's when you publish a book, the publisher will create what's called an ARC, an advanced reader's copy. And so I've taken excerpts out of it. So that's why you don't see what the page numbers are here on this one. But when you buy the book, you will have the page numbers and the contents. So this I did so you could see what the book is about at a glimpse, and we're going to delve into it further. So I get into the historical use of the crystals, how to choose and prep your crystals, including how to clear crystals and gemstones, which I've already covered in a prior workshop on all about smudging. So that's also available on my YouTube channel, All About Smudging. It's based on my book by that title. The next chapter is on crystals, meditation, and mindful manifestation. Wow, the power of using your mind and your attention and intention when you match it up with gemstones is just amazing. So you can use the tools of the gemstone kingdom to help you amplify your intentions and your positive thoughts. In chapter 3, I get into how to create crystal-infused aromatic mists, aroma-energetic mists. And so that's working with the vibrations and the energies of crystals. And then you can add it to your aromatherapy formulas. Because I'm also an aromatherapist, I'm the author of The Essential Guide to Aromatherapy and Vibrational Healing. And I also have a line of essential oil blends that are very popular, one of which you may know is called Smudge and Spray. Archangel Michael's spray is a big seller as well. So also in chapter 4, you can learn more about combining crystals for various intentions, like making more money, having more better relationships in your life, finding more peace and calm, and how to use those crystals in grids or little bags or even a bowl of crystals, and how you can combine those crystals to create your reality by using that as a way to focus your attention. So crystals for balancing and healing, and how to do crystal alignments. And also in chapter 6, the evolvement of your spiritual path and helping you let go of negative talk and attachments of situations that have occurred in the past. Who doesn't want to get rid of stuff from the past? My goodness. Things that are negative from the past, I should say. I don't want to get rid of everything from the past. I love my past. And then chapter 7, I get into crystals for careers and professions. So I match up various career paths with crystals in which gemstones would be beneficial to work with. And finally, in the final chapter, I get into talking about working with crystals for self-awareness using zodiac and numerology, astrology and numbers. So I love to have exercises to help me become a better person. And so I've included various exercises and practices so you can practice shifting your consciousness, shifting your reality. And so we'll get into that when we get to those little areas. I'm going to continue on here. Let's start with the section about the history of gemstones. So working with crystals is not new age, it's very old age. And for thousands of years, mankind has been working with crystals like chalcedony and copper for various purposes and uses. So chalcedony is basically a gemstone that is a very it's a big family of gemstones, and includes things like carnelian and agates. And you can find chalcedony even on the breastplates of the various kings and such. Copper was used as a form of money. So therefore, it's a good metal to work with for encouraging prosperous thinking and attracting more wealth and abundance. So quartz crystals is a very big family of gems, and you know these crystals because you're familiar probably already with the stone amethyst, that's the purple one, citrine, yellow quartz. Clear quartz obviously is clear, and it's a very pretty, and that those are the points that you see. And these things, and in fact, it's the picture on the cover of the book. See the crystals on the right-hand side on the book cover? That's clear quartz. That's a beautiful clear quartz cluster. Rose quartz, which is a pink quartz, and smoky quartz, which is smoky looking, but let's say it looks brown or black. And they all are six-sided crystals, and they are helpful for really tuning in. In fact, if you look at the little excerpt here, today we know that we can tune into certain radio channels or stabilize a particular frequency to receive a broadcast. When we apply that same basic principle to our connection with the spiritual realm, we can use a quartz crystal to help us stay focused during meditation, by stabilizing our frequency, or to tune into cosmic forces by turning the dial. So quartz crystals can help you get focused and aligned. You can use crystals in meditation for mindful manifestation as well. You know, it's all about intention. I would love to tell you that crystals do it for you, like just by carrying a rock, that's it. But it's your belief system. It's what you believe that you associate with the crystal that amplifies your intention and your positive thought forms. So you can make a decision, well, I'm going to carry this clear quartz crystal, and this is going to help me stay focused. Yes, it is, because you believe it, and also because you're carrying it, and you have that constant reminder to use it with the power of positive thought. So here is an exercise, a mindfulness practice. I'd love to ask myself, Margaret Ann, what are you thinking? And so I ask you to ask yourself, what are you thinking? So often I think that we walk around the planet and we're not really even consciously aware of what we're thinking about. And what we think about creates our reality, right? So the way to do this practice, and I ask you to do this in the future, and you could do this often, just sit comfortably, hold, wear, or even gaze at a crystal. Allow the crystal to help you focus on your thought patterns so that you become fully aware of what you're thinking about. The thoughts rolling around in your consciousness create your reality. Your intention, powered by your crystal, can help you decide what changes you need to make. You may also decide that you don't need to make a change, that you just want to amplify more of the positive thoughts that you're already thinking. So there are just, in this chapter, I get into various crystals and what the crystal is about, a short synopsis versus the very, 2 pages that I write in my essential guide to crystals, minerals, and stones. So a short synopsis of what the crystal is good for and a positive affirmation to match up with it. So like pink calcite, really good for nurturing, really great for opening your heart to love and to help you let go of past hurts or fears. Can also calm you down if you're feeling anger or frustration. And it's a really great stone for children who cry and whine often. I even have here, give one to a grumpy friend and watch his or her energy transform. The positive affirmation is, I am blessed with nurturing vibrations wherever I go. I am gentle with myself. I enjoy loving relationships. Now, when you first start saying affirmations, at first you might think, ah, man, that's not true. Well, it's not true because you don't believe it's true. And also, you're not vibrating at that rate. What we put out into the universe is also what's going to come back towards us. So, as we put more loving energy out and focus on well being and happiness, the more that we're going to see that reflected back into our lives. So golden calcite is really helpful if you want to become more optimistic. It's really great for having more confidence and a positive attitude. It's a solar plexus crystal. You can use it at the solar plexus. And if you want to read more about the different chakras, my first book, Chakra Awakening, is an excellent book to help you with that. Anyway, this crystal, look how it's formed. I love the way this is formed. It forms naturally like this. Excuse me. So this crystal can help you with your personal power to get a better sense of yourself and help you to realize that you can achieve anything that you put your mind to. Anything. So the affirmation for that one is, it's easy for me to establish healthy boundaries with others with ease and grace. I maintain focus on all that is good. Now, there's so many more affirmations in this book and in all my books, actually, and even all my decks. So keep that in mind if you need help with coming up with a positive thought. So in chapter 3, I talk a bit about crystal-infused aroma-energetic mists and how to make them. And all my sprays and mists sold on thecrystalgarden.com, the majority of them have crystal-infused, I call them gemstone essences. And so what I do basically, as you can see here, is I get a jar, and in the jar, I place the crystals with the intention I have, and then fill that jar with water and a little bit of grain alcohol to stabilize the vibration. So you'll need a jar, you'll need the crystals, you'll need water, and you need clarity. So this one, let's look at what I've put in this jar. Let's see. So I have a clear quartz angel, so I'm looking for the angelic realm to help. That's a soda light on the bottom right, so I want peace and the ability for meditation. I have selenite in there, and that's for bringing more light vibration, higher consciousness. Amethyst to transform any negative situations. Let's see, what stone is that? I think that's a piece of citrine. It's for confidence and courage. And angelite for more angels. I always like to have more angels. Anyway, this chapter gets into it, gives you step-by-step instructions and specific examples. So you have an exercise in this chapter and in more chapters, but this one is on how to make a gemstone essence. And so a clear, quick synopsis, even if you don't know the name of your stone, you can know that black, brown, metallic stones will add the energy of protection and grounding, or purple crystals will aid in transforming and transmuting challenging or negative situations, and so on. So I get into depth in this chapter, and also gives you an exercise to help you. Now you can combine crystals for specific intentions. You can make a crystal grid. You can make a crystal grid in your home, like using your whole house as the template. You can make a crystal grid on just like a little round template. And you can also make a crystal grid that's just a bowl of crystals. I like to do it that way. On my desk right now where I'm recording this, I have probably 30 different crystals spread across, like smoky quartz, carnelian. I have an celestial crystal. Actually, I have about 4 celestials, copper. And each one of them, and there's many more, have an intention behind it. So when I gaze at them while I'm contemplating what I'm working on, usually writing or working on my business, the Crystal Garden, it brings to mind the intention associated with it. And you can do the same. And you can combine crystals in any format that you want. There's no right or wrong. It's your intention that makes it all work. So here's an example for career and life purpose. So we all have an agreement with the divine on what we're going to do when we get here to planet Earth. We do. There is a point to it all. So in fact, I write, before you entered the planet, you knew what you intended to do, what life challenges and lessons you would learn, what issues would be healed, and how you would make a lasting contribution to bring harmony and peace, and so on. Each one of us has a unique place with a purpose. Most often, you really do know what your purpose is. It's what you love to do and experience the most. So take the fear out of the equation, boost your self-confidence, and step into the reason you came to this planet in this incarnation. Be all that you can be. The crystals below are shining tools to activate the confidence, courage, and memory to move forward with joy. So to get more familiar or to connect with your life purpose, right here, I've shown you a leopard skin jasper on the bottom left and a tiger's eye disc on the upper right. But you can also use golden calcite, which you saw on a prior screen. You can work with black onyx, scolecite, vanadinite, and use a positive thought form. This thought form is, I realize my unlimited potential and activate my creative mind. I have the courage and confidence to fulfill my life purpose. Yes, you do. Everybody does. So in chapter 5, I get into crystals for balancing and healing. So, when I first started in the world of crystals and gemstones, I just loved doing crystal alignments and chakra balancing, putting crystals on and around the body for realigning the chakra system. So here's a page out of the book on showing you the diagram of each, where the chakras are and the name of the chakra. In fact, the mandala that goes with the chakra. And also this little complementary color diagram I have in the book because I want to point out that when you need to balance your energy, your physical body, your mental body, your emotional body, your spiritual body, you can work with the colors of gemstones, or just color. You can wear the colors, keep the colors nearby of anything, like could be flowers even. And so let's say, for example, that you're feeling very agitated. You don't want more red, orange, and yellows. You want more blues and greens and purple to help you calm down that agitated vibration. But let's say you're being complacent and you're not really getting things done and you really want to be more motivated, then you do want to add more yellow, orange, and reds into your life. So that's just a short little synopsis of that, but I go into great detail. I go into detail in this book, but also in Chakra Awakening, my first book. So here's a little snippet out of my book and also the cover of a CD that I created to guide you through doing a chakra balancing crystal alignment. So this little chart, I love to have charts in my books because it makes it easy to have a little quick look at what do I need, what colors, what gemstones, and why am I using that gemstone and where am I using that gemstone. So you do have that provided in this book. So for example, at the heart chakra, we want to always have plenty of love in our life, love for oneself, but love for others, and to vibrate at the rate of love. That's my intention. Some days I'm better at it than others, but most of the time it's all about being a loving, compassionate being. So greens and pinks are really beneficial for that. So if you wanted to be more aligned with loving kindness, you can use rose quartz and green aventurine. Easy to get gemstones, very common. You don't have to spend a lot of money, very easy. And if you wanted to put that on your actual beingness, on your physical body, you would put it at and around the heart center. So you can wear it and just have that on a pendant around your neck. So it's landing right at the center of your chest. But if you wanted to create a crystal alignment, I have the list here for you to do that. And it's also available in CD format, and the information is inside the cover of the CD as well. And that's separate from Crystals Beyond Beginners. So now in chapter 6, it's about the evolvement of your spiritual path and personal development. And I like to get into understanding the colors of the various gemstones, because not everybody knows actual, like that this is a pyrite, or that's a black tourmaline, or this is a smoky quartz. And you don't have to work with crystals. It's fun. I like to know stone identification, but you can do it just by the colors. So for example, the yellow stones in the middle of this page, the primary color is associated with the solar plexus energy. Use yellow crystals to replace a lack of confidence and self-esteem caused by old tethers with increased self-confidence and self-esteem. Yellow stones like citrine, amber, and golden calcite improve self-assuredness. Now, what do I mean by tethers? Well, that's why I have a picture of the CD I created, cord cutting, releasing the energetic ties of the past, because every interaction we have creates an energetic, invisible cord between yourself and another person. The longer and the more significant the relationship, the more impactful are the energetic cords between you and another being. If it was a positive experience, all good. But if it was something where, for example, talking about the Yellowstones, let's say somebody really beat you down on a mental or emotional level and really decreased your confidence and personal power. Well, that's going to take some work to overcome and to recognize that you are a magnificent being and that the things that they said weren't true. And so that's why the yellow gemstones, because that's associated with the solar plexus, which has to do with confidence and self-esteem, like citrine, amber, and golden calcite, help to improve your self-confidence and courage. And then you match that up with positive thought forms. Now, in the cord cutting CD, I actually bring you through a guided meditative type experience to help you cut the cords between yourself and another person. It's really very powerful, but you can also do it using the crystals and gemstones. Now, jumping into chapter 7, this is a chapter that I absolutely love because it matches up crystals for careers and professions. And I chose the banker and finance manager because I used to be a banker. I was a banker for 12 years. I was a senior vice president in the mortgage banking field. And so this also helps you align with financial success as well, these gemstones, jade and emerald. So I love these affirmations, of course. Prosperity abounds in my life. Goodness multiplies. Whatever I desire, imagine, and passionately act upon becomes a reality. And that's true. Or emerald, I am grateful for my prosperity. I have excellent business skills. I earn unlimited income doing what I love. But back to the point of careers and professions, I created a deck called, what is the title of it? Gemstone Guardians and Your Soul Purpose. So you can also work with that crystal intentions deck. It's called Gemstone Guardians and Your Soul Purpose. Sorry, I stumbled over that. I have 7 decks now, so it takes me a minute to call up the title in my mind. But I get into many different careers and professions in this chapter, and it helps you connect regardless of what career or profession, or if you're not even in a career at this time, it helps you connect deeper within yourself on your soul purpose. And then last but not least, in chapter 8, I get into the working with crystals for different zodiac signs and also numerology. So in astrology, I picked Leo because I'm recording this in the month of August. And these are the gemstones I've associated with with this particular stone, with this sign. Now, peridot is the most commonly associated with the sign of Leo, but I personally believe there's not just one gemstone for each astrology sign. And, also keep in mind that you have all of these signs of the zodiac within your astrological chart. So even though I'm a Libra, I have a Leo moon. And so I can relate to the vibration of Leo because of the moon in my chart and where the moon was when I was born. So peridot, the traditional gemstone for Leo, is a transformative gem. This stone gives you the inner strength to trans any challenges, allowing you to connect to higher realms of consciousness and divine will. It also opens your heart and your mind, opens your mind to unlimited possibilities, allowing you to think outside the box. So I have this information for all 12 signs in the zodiac. And then in numerology, because we're in the 8th month, I picked the number 8 to show you a little excerpt and how to work with the number 8 because it's associated with power, financial responsibilities, abundance, and rewards. It's the number of success and leadership. This number is aligned with strength and a healthy sense of personal power and goodwill. And look at that long list of gemstones. You can work with amazonite, angelite, blue topaz, brucite, citrine, cobra jasper, and so on and so on. So that's an overall synopsis of my book, Crystals Beyond Beginners, Awaken Your Consciousness with Precious Gifts from the Earth. So, hey, if you're on Facebook, why don't you follow me on my Margaret Ann Lembo author page? I also am on Instagram. Well, before I show you my Instagram, let me point out, this is my newest deck. It's going to be out on 11/22/22. November 22nd, 2022 is the birth date of this particular deck. And in this, I just captured a screenshot when I was recording a reel for Facebook to show you, because I got an advance copy from my publisher. And I'm so excited. It's a beautiful deck. The graphic artist is Richard Crooks. Look at this. So on one side of the deck, the card, you have what the essential oil is and the affirmation. And also it mentions what stone it is. But when you turn that card over is the picture of the stone, the sunstone that matches with cinnamon. And it has the intention that you want to set, the reason that you're working with that essential oil and stone. And then there's a booklet, which you can barely see in the upper right corner of that picture, but I have a booklet with, it's a decent sized booklet with a lot of really good information, as well as the therapeutic uses, and also to be careful, the contraindications of working with certain essential oils, like cinnamon can burn your skin. So I put stuff like that in there as well. And then on Instagram, join me over on Instagram, give me a follow. You'll see all kinds of good things. I do like to put pictures of my garden on my Instagram, but I have things that have to do with my store, the Crystal Garden, and positive and uplifting situations. So I hope to see you on Instagram as well. So I want to thank you so much for joining me. These are all my books and decks. I do have a coloring book that is not pictured here. And I also have a ebook called All About Smudging. So if you want to delve into any of these subjects, I highly recommend my books because I think they're wonderful. And you can buy them pretty much anywhere. So if your local bookstore doesn't have it, they can order it for you. If you go into your local mom and pop store, but also know that, it's available from the publishers, from Barnes and Noble, from Amazon, Books A Million. So there's many, many places where you can find my books and decks. Thank you so much for joining me. I hope this helped you in some way. I wish you many blessings and much love. May your days be filled with blessings and love. and may the angels light your path. Thanks so much for watching.